The Rundown. It's brought to you by Everyman Jack. We got deodorants, we got shampoo and conditioner, body wash, everything to make you feel like a real man. For instance, this is sandalwood.
Oh, wait on a second.
You tell me that this is like, yeah, hey man, you get your, you got that sandalwood scent. I'm like, holy shit, that means I'm the real deal. I'm the man.
It's got a plastic cap on it.
No, it doesn't.
Oh,
That's what I was looking at closely. It doesn't. Yeah, no, it's got a nice, it's got a nice gleam to it, but no.
That would have tricked me.
Yeah, no, this is
a handful of
this smells quality. What it does is it uses all of scents from the outdoors and the environment, but in a subtle way, so that it's not overpowering, but it is like outdoorsy and kind of like, that's that masculine, clean, manly scent that's gonna help you at least feel like a man, You've got deodorant on your nose.
I do?
Yeah.
Good. I want to leave it there. All I want to do is
smell good all day.
All I want to do is smell Everyman Jack sandalwood for the rest of my fucking life.
For all hair types, body types, they've got the hair thickening shampoo, the anti-aging kits. They've got a limited edition Marvel line. So all of this can be found at everymanjack.com/barstool. Then use code Barstool for 15% off. That's everymanjack.com/barstool. Promo code Barstool. What?
Someone's listening to my music.
Listen, bro.
It's also Strawberry Wine by Deanna Carter. Fucking heater of a song.
I got hacked once on, I'm assuming hacked by someone on my Spotify once. It ruined my life.
It's just playing my music on a device I don't know.
It ruined me because all my recently listened to was fucked up. The algorithm was fucked up. It was feeding me music I hate because it was like this weird, like no words, like it was fucking terrible. Getting your Instagram, your Spotify jacked is like one of the worst things.
I mean, if they want to keep listening to Strawberry Wine, I'm good with that.
I don't even know that song.
Oh, come on.
It's like giving
Strawberry Wine, 17, the hot July noon. I saw everything.
Yeah, no, I'm all set. I'm all set, thanks.
The first taste of love.
Okay, no, but we're good though. We start with the Met Gala, which was last night. It has become like the yearly event to just fucking clown on and overreact to and throw your takes out and see all the celebrities be ultra rich and ultra ridiculous.
I like how it's like we forget celebrities are rich until they go to one party.
Yeah, then
it's like,
we really
they're rich people.
Yeah.
I'm aware of what Kanye West is worth.
Last night, they always have a theme. Usually it's the first Monday in May, but because of COVID, it's got pushed back. There's always a theme. This was American fashion. I saw one girl wearing like jeans, like a denim outfit. That kind of fit the theme because I think the only thing that we can say that's like American fashion is denim. Otherwise, none of this shit had anything to do with like America.
I disagree.
Like
there was
wearing a blanket.
Ciara football.
That was it.
There was Keegs had it on her Instagram story. There was Ken and Barbie. What's that? What is it?
Sierra.
Sierra. What the fuck? I don't give a shit about pronouncing names. I just talked about this on the podcast. Ciara had a nice shirt
I
on.
love Megan Fox.
Dress.
They said, "What's American about yours?" She said, "The girl that it's on."
Ooh,
like, okay.
Strong line.
So everybody comes last night, decked out, dressed to the nines. The highlights being AOC wearing the Tax the Rich dress. She knew it was going to be a problem. She tweeted ahead of time being like, for everyone who's going to lose their minds, just know that people who are like elected officials go to these things very often. And and she said that her like idea behind it was like we're kicking down the door and showing up at the party to tell the rich people that they need to that they need to fix the problems. It's like, no, you fucking didn't. You put on a $45,000 dress at a $30,000 a plate party, and you hung out with the very people who you're accusing of like having this financial disparity. So
I see both sides of this. Because yes, she went for free. She didn't pay for the dress. I think that the celebrityfication of politicians is the stupidest thing in the fucking world, and it's obviously happened to her. Mm-hmm. But like when Colbert goes to like the White House Correspondents' Dinner and says like "fuck you" to people, they're like, "It's brave." He said it to his face. So like you're going to rich people and being like, "Hey, my plan is to tax you."
She does that, but then she's like hanging out with them all night and like kissing their ass.
You can't say you're.
But you don't have to hate someone to say I'm going to tax you.
I guess so. I just think that like
my plan is to tax you. It's not going to happen.
If this girl, if she wants to make the statement, she doesn't show up or shows up dressed like normal.
I think this is the same thing
we're going to run into with every form of
performative protest on everything. Well, like Colin
That's not a
Kaepernick, where it's
protest.
like, well, if you wanted to protest, you wouldn't do it there. Like, well, that's what got the most attention. I think this has gotten the most attention. This has been the story, which was the plan. I think it's been successful.
But no, but that's like the Lerp statue in Jacksonville when the councilwoman's like, I know it looks stupid, but people are talking about it. It's like, just because
Yeah.
people are
That's,
talking about it.
it's
that's
not
too
a-
local of a story for me, Doug.
Oh, you haven't seen the Derp statue? I'll show you later. $18 million. $18 million is a stupid
Oh,
statue.
okay. No, I know the $18 million statue. I know what it was called.
151-foot metal pole in the Florida heat. It's stupid. Anyway, I'm sorry. I got
deep
sidetracked.
Jacksonville
This is
cut.
not my rundown. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think she looks kind of hypocritical. And that one.
Yeah, I know that
Slurp.
statue.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can't say you're kicking down the door when you have an invitation to
That's
the
what
party.
I mean. It's like, no, you're not. You love being you love the attention. You love basically being a famous person. I feel like
That's definitely. I don't have like a strong take on this. I am being a pussy who's saying like I do see both sides. I do see the fact that it got
to
all the
me-
attention, which was the plan.
to me that's
What are
like,
the steps here? How does this progress to the like? How does this meet the end goal?
It doesn't at all. It's like I said,
Right.
it's performative. It's all performative,
Right.
which is what all politics are.
Then we had Kim K rocking the all black. I don't
thought
even
that
know
was
what you
kind of
call
sick.
it.
Was that her though?
It was
Was
the picture of her next to Kendall,
okay.
where I thought
I don't
like,
think it was Kanye. They said like Kim and Kanye showed up in all black. I'm like, that didn't look like Kanye at all to me. He looked like taller and skinnier.
That does
But
match.
that
Didn't
is
Kanye have the
scary
face
as
mask thing?
fuck.
that's scary, but kind of hot, like because scary stuff's hot.
No.
Yeah, I mean Kim's sexy as fuck, bro.
When she
Like,
was
had all
standing
the
next
curves
to-
and everything. I just think again, I mean these people are so fucking far gone out of anything that's normal that there's. I mean, I don't even. She's doing this a lot. She did another outfit where she had like her face all the way zipped up too. So I guess her whole thing now. And Kanye was kind of doing the same thing with Donda, where a lot of his outfits you can't fucking see her face. She can't see anything. But
They literally look like unlocked characters in a video game because like when it's the
silhouette.
one next to Kendall, I thought Kendall was actually standing next to a cardboard cutout.
like a cutout.
Yeah, I was like,
or
oh, that's
like
nice.
somebody blacked her out in the photo.
Right.
Yeah, I mean that is some all black everything.
love
That
how-
to me was the look of the night where I was just like, what the fuck?
Everyone's really excited to see what Rihanna was wearing underneath that big coat.
Did she
And
ever
that-
reveal
the
it?
big, No, the big coat was the drill.
That was
That
it.
was it. So yeah.
Meanwhile, her date, her boy ASAP Rocky, shows up wearing a coat that looked like Captain Crunchberries,
Yeah.
and he dropped that shit like he was. I mean, like the belle of the ball. Like here
Yeah,
I
but-
am. Here's my tuxedo underneath.
And then it was just like, oh, you're just in a suit. That's
Just a
boring.
regular
Put the
suit.
fucking quilt back on, bro.
Justin Bieber.
Put on the Leslie Knope Unity quote back. Unity quilt.
Justin Bieber had his Tracy McGrady pants on. There was one cat. I don't know who's. I have it screenshotted on my phone. I understand that like fashion is something that like I don't get and it's not for me and there are different looks and everything. But this
It's
cat,
just a costume party.
But this cat
Oh yeah.
has gotta be
Is
fucking
that
kidding
who
me.
Pat was tweeting about?
Kelly, who's this Troy Sivan guy? I don't know how to say his name. What the fuck? Who is he? He's a musical artist.
This
That
dude?
was ridiculous.
Is the dress backwards?
I don't know. I mean, and it's like, okay,
Dude.
I don't know what his style is, what his thing is, but like, this looks utterly ridiculous. Yeah, he's so
He looks like he's got a
skinny.
shot collar on his bicep.
I don't know what's going on here. It's a belt.
His
That's
thing
like his
is not
everyday
wearing
wear?
dresses. That's a good thing to have.
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah, but like I'm looking at these other things. I don't mind. Like he's got this suit on, this cape. It's like the looking like a 7-year-old boy trying on his mom's clothes thing. For me, that's the problem.
That
It's not the
does.
fashion or like, oh, a man wearing a dress. I don't care about that. It's like, I don't know, the whole thing just cracks me the fuck up. And I think about like,
It has some
like
really
a middle
Buffalo Bill
America guy
vibes.
looking at this, like a fucking Trump guy in the middle of the country who just wanted to watch football last night, and he sees this.
See, this is what you get when you vote Biden. This is what you get. This is what you want in America.
Was
man.
Harry Styles there?
Was Harry Styles there?
I didn't see
No. It's a shame.
So I read a little bit about it. Apparently, they say if you get like one invite, and if you turn it down, you're like pretty much banned for life.
Really?
I think
But
it's-
say
I think
Harry
it's at,
Styles
like,
has been.
I think it said like slim to none. So I'm sure like major celebrities can be like, Anna, I would love to be there, but I've got to go to this event. And I was like, okay. But other people, it's like you say no, you're fucking out.
I have
for
another
life.
fake
And that's why
charity I'm
everybody wants to
attending
go.
that night.
Yeah, so it's like Harry Styles can do whatever he wants. But the thought that, like, at the end of the day, everybody says the same thing about the Met Gala. They hate on it. They think it's tone-deaf celebrities. They think the outfits are absurd. They think that we're raising money for the costume department of the Metropolitan Museum of Art. Like, who gives a fuck about that?
I actually read an article on that today, which is pretty interesting because it's like the costume department is it's clothing. It's just clothing from all periods of time. I don't know why they call it costume, but like it's just like what clothing like indigenous people wore, all kinds of stuff. And that's the only department in the whole museum that has to fund itself. Which is like weird.
Because they want to do the Met Gala and do their money laundering and they got to launder their drug money.
Yeah.
And so all the celebrities, that's what it is. All the celebrities come in, they launder their drug money, and they dress up funny for the night.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
No, that's the thing. At the end of the day, the final take is like, but if I was a celebrity, I would go. You know? And if I could, I would.
Go in fucking heartbeat.
Yeah. So we can make fun of it all we want, but it's like the most exclusive party, and people like to go to the most exclusive party.
And I would dress like a dick.
Oh my God, you dress like a dick as it is.
I dress like the biggest fucking asshole.
So fancy.
I like that dress isn't slutty enough for me. I'd wear a fucking.
Is that cut
I'd
not
wear
deep
a
enough?
sexier dress than that. That's what
Showing a lot more chest.
I'd have that dog collar around my neck rather than my bicep.
God, I hate your guts. So also last night, or I guess not last night, but yesterday, Nicki Minaj was spitting some truths about the vaccine, and she said that her cousin's friend was in Trinidad. Was it? Pull up the exact tweet.
Trinidad. Yep.
My cousin's friend was
cousin in Trinidad won't get the vaccine because his friend got it and became impotent. His testicles became swollen. His friend was weeks away from getting married. Now the girl called off the wedding. So just pray on it and make sure you're comfortable with your decision, not bullied.
Every now and then, alarmingly stupid still creeps back in. Impotent?
Impotent.
Yes.
Impotent. As I
That's
saw that word,
As you watch too much Jeopardy, you're like, potables.
This could go one of two ways right here. I'm just going to say it confidently and hope
Impotent. But yeah, so Nicki Minaj's cousin's friend, his testicles swole up to the size of grapefruits, and his wedding has been canceled.
Bro.
Now, so then after that, Nicki Minaj went on a bunch of other tweets saying, like, if you want to get the vaccine, go right ahead. There was other headlines yesterday that said Nicki Minaj skips the VMAs because she doesn't want to get vaccinated. She's not getting vaccinated because she needs to do her research. She was saying, she's like, the reason I didn't go is because I had to stay at home with my baby. Like, that's why.
No, when she tweeted she was doing her research. She did tweet that.
Right, but then she was like, the reason why I skipped it has nothing to do with the vaccine. The reason is I'm staying home with my baby. It's like, but you did say that.
Yeah.
So, like, it's going to be in the headline. And you did lead your vaccine Twitter storm with the story about the guy in Trinidad and his testicles. So maybe your follow-up tweet said, hey, if you feel like the vaccine is good for you, you should do it. And hey, I'm going to get the vaccine eventually so I can go on tour. Those were all things you said. But when you also did say, if they make it up, it's one thing.
Yeah.
But if they choose to make their focus of their article your most ridiculous point, that's the way the world works. So, I mean, her trying to spin it, being like, come on, like the media is just like, it's like, no, man, you were backtracking after you realized that your story about this fucking Trinidadian guy with swollen balls is fucking ridiculous.
What a time to be alive for people who are just really throwing that dick around. Because every doctor replied to that is like, your cousin's friend has chlamydia.
Yeah. I was gonna say the real reason this wedding has been called off is because your cousin's friend is fucking a bunch of dirty chicks.
That was my big takeaway. Was like, holy shit, there's like an STD that will like swell up. I think
one of those things like left untreated. I think he's probably had chlamydia for a minute now.
Some Trinidadian strain where your sack is fucked.
But my favorite thing with like people like Nicki Minaj and anybody really is like, I don't know if I'm allowed to do this legally, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Someone please hack into Nicki Minaj's computer and just get me her like history, because I just want to see like, what's Nicki doing for research?
When people
what is she watching
when
for her
people
research?
say I need to do my research, I can't get enough of that. What are you talking about? Like you're sitting at home reading the latest studies, like you've got access to journals.
Yeah, she's reading compendiums. I don't even know what a compendium is.
Like,
I just know it's a fancy word. I don't know if it applies to the medical community.
You are literally Googling and then reading other tweets from other dumbass celebrities. That's fucking it.
And how much research do you intend to do? How long has she been doing research? It's been like 6 months, right? How long has it been?
Crazy.
How long has it been a vaccine for? 6 months?
And she did the poll.
Yeah, like
which are you gonna take? Take the poll.
Queen Radio.
Like she was 100% trying to be like, no, wait, I am into the vaccine. Like, give me a fucking break.
Which vaccine would you recommend? I don't know. I haven't tried them all, Nikki.
It's Queen Radio. I guess if she, yeah,
I like a little mixture.
yeah. Well,
Moderna
the other night I
here,
tried some
Pfizer here.
Moderna and that, but this
Yeah.
place down the block has the Pfizer.
But
You
for the
gotta get
booster,
back on.
oh man, I don't know what I'm gonna go with the booster yet.
I guess she does do Queen Radio on Sirius or something. So like, if you think of her through the lens of like I'm a radio host who's just like stirring up discussion and controversy, it sounds a lot more.
I'll
reasonable
tune
than-
in. When's
Yeah.
the Queen
Yeah.
Radio? I like
So-
to hear Nikki's take on this.
So pray on it and make sure you're comfortable with your decision, because those balls ears. Watch the fuck out. God, it's
104,000 retweets.
Unreal. And then we wrap up Monday Night Football was last night. A wild game, back and forth.
That was the
reverse
most fun I've
calls.
had watching a football game. In like between the game being crazy and the Manning cast, that was the
was
most
the
fun I've
big-
had watching a football game in probably quite a while. Probably since the Patriots
Because
versus Rams Super Bowl.
Because I didn't have a take in it. Like I didn't care who won or not. I was excited.
Yeah.
I could not have held. If that was a Jaguar team, it wouldn't have been a Jaguar team. They would have lost.
Long time
in
ago,
the
yeah.
first
That was
quarter.
Jags Jets.
But if it
system.
was, yeah, like I couldn't have handled that.
No,
My heart
I mean
couldn't
the
take it.
back and forth. You think the game's over, they call it back. The penalty, as
Like, what? Why are you going for a hard count on the fucking 3-inch line? It's the craziest thing. And then they pulled a fucking Chris Webber, fucking call a timeout without having a timeout.
look at this timeline. Like, look, I mean, just scrolling, it's like every minute there's something like crazy happening.
By the way, Peyton's gonna get himself in trouble. That's the shot I'm calling.
With the Manning cast.
Peyton's gonna get himself in some fucking trouble on the Manning cast.
Why, he just lets it fly?
He had two insinuations that are. So first of all, he's
Not
talking about,
acceptable these days?
yeah. So first of all, he's talking about. I think Gruden was. I forget what he was the coach of at Tennessee when Peyton was there. So he's like, I knew Coach Gruden, I knew his wife Cindy, and then there was a graphic of Gruden at Tennessee, and then his wife Cindy was a cheerleader, and it's her, and she's kind of sitting like this in like the cheerleading uniform, and then Smokey, the Tennessee mascot, is like his head's like right here. And Peyton's like, and I don't know what Smokey's trying to do there, but we'll just leave that there. And I was like, he's talking about Smokey and fucking Cindy Gruden's pussy.
And it's week one.
Like it was
fucking week one.
a pretty clear insinuation.
Yeah.
And then Eli had twice called out shirtless guys in the stands, and like been like, one was like, I don't understand where you get to, like how you
Fucking Eli.
get to that level, and then later he's like, oh look at that, there's another shirtless guy. It's like, Eli, I don't know why you're so concerned with the shirtless guy.
Yeah.
I'm more into the game on the field.
Yeah.
Like
You fucking pussy.
It's like all right, Peyton's called Eli gay.
Yeah. I mean, that's
Two
two brothers.
dudes tackling each other.
You know they were in the same place last night, but did it like via Skype because they're like that's how it's going to be the rest of the season. So we want to like keep it that
makes
way.
sense.
But it's funny to think that they were just like a couple rooms away or whatever it was.
It was bizarre too having their names under them.
Yeah, it's like no
It's like,
fucking.
it's
you
like
know,
Peyton and Eli. Like I'm turned into the Manning cast.
We
they're
know.
Not, they're not
I'm
doing some
watching
accounting
football.
on a fucking Zoom seminar.
I also
It's-
feel like PFT was buried deep in Peyton's head, right? A couple shout outs to him and making fun of his fat head in that tiny ass helmet.
If they were better, I thought they were better without guests too. Or I guess it depends on the guests. I didn't see Barkley. I missed the first quarter. I saw a little bit of Ray Lewis, which was fine. And then Kelsey, I did not care for because I did not care for Travis Kelsey. I'm sure he's a nice enough guy. But Russell Wilson was sick. Russell Wilson, I think Will Brinson from CBS said like, even in that time, Russell Wilson just guaranteed like a Drew Brees, like whenever you're done.
Oh, absolutely.
Whenever
that
you're
guy,
done
as soon as he's
contract.
done, he walks right into the studio.
Yeah, and he was awesome.
The Manning thing works perfectly. I mean, two brothers who are gonna, you have a ton of chemistry, and I think you're gonna see like, I hope Eli lets it fly a little bit because I think Eli's a more normal guy than.
He was
Than
he was
we
qui-
ever-
it was pretty quiet.
Yeah.
But it was like when
very
him and
good.
it was just him and Peyton,
Peyton's
he
gonna
was
dominate
good.
that,
But when guests came on, Eli quieted down quite a bit. But it was awesome. It was very, very cool. It was a fun game, fun experience. It is going to be every week, right? It's because I think Dan had a tweet this morning being like, I wish that was happening every week.
What I was
thought
reading
it
about was, it sounded like it was going to be because of that thing with the Skype.
Yeah, it would make
Yeah.
sense,
the Zoom
right?
call in. So
Peyton is probably the funniest like NFL player, like athlete. That I mean, his SNL when he hosted,
absolutely.
that was one of the
Absolutely.
the
Yep.
United
10
Way
Monday
skit.
night games.
10 Monday night. All right, man, that's enough.
Yeah, all his
I wish it
commercials
was
and
everyone,
everything,
but that's a
he's-
good
yeah.
amount.
So it seems to be natural. It seems to be him. So I'm excited to.
It's funny
to watch
though.
it.
It's like it's well received, huh? Like something that like the world didn't immediately fucking hate and tear down and like stop before it even
No, yeah.
started. So.
Speaking of athletes doing
First, quick
oh,
shout out
right.
to Dan, whose big parlay hit. The Ravens was a four-leg parlay that cashed for $10,000 last night on that final play. So
Not a bad night.
no, not bad at all. Shout out to anybody who rode with that one.
But he needed that last touchdown pass. It was insane. I was gonna say, speaking of athlete commentators and analysts, shout out to one Paul Bissonnette.
Oh yeah.
Named on the NHL TNT analytical team, along with names like fucking Wayne Gretzky.
Yeah, talk about a guy who's going to get himself in some trouble. Well, Wayne, my wrench this one time.
Just drinking a few Pink Whitneys.
I'm gonna see who the other analysts were. It was
You Pink Whitney's deep talking about his wrench and his hoop. So, Paulina, Wayne, let's talk about her.
It was the analyst for NHL on TNT. It's Wayne Gretzky, Anson Carter, Rick Tocchet, Paul Bissonnette. Pretty decent fucking squad.
Pretty good company right there. Pretty good company.
Shout out Biz, baby.
Anything going on here behind the scenes? Pretty slow at the HQ right now. No drama, which usually means like the calm before the storm. There's not much. What's going on in your little gossip queen world? Anything?
I mean, the only thing yesterday was like Rico blocking and unblocking Alex.
That was a quick unblock. You don't see it a lot.
Yeah. Dozen tonight's a good episode of ZD versus Minahan.
ZD versus Team Minahan on the dozen. Got that. Everyone's playing for second place against your mom.
Well, I mean,
What?
Out of Office is doing pretty well.
What are you guys?
Chris Estelani, Out of Office. Chris
No.
Estelani.
I know who's on
I'm
the team.
sure.
I mean, what's your record?
Oh, 2-0.
2-0?
I'm sure you're doing
But
well.
it's Chris
You're playing for second
Castellano.
place. Yeah, he's a freak.
He broke
He's a freak.
Brandon Walker.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, and then he calls it up down ball. Smitty closed it. Well, Smitty chose Jaws, and then he.
That's
you,
insane.
You can't choose
We
Jaws
talked
and then,
about that.
like without
Smitty
knowing
chose
it.
his niche to be the film Jaws.
Yeah.
We Twitter searched it after he'd mentioned Jaws once in
His
the
whole
past 8 years.
career. Everyone was like, "We've never heard you speak about Jaws once."
When we got the option, we're like, "Do you want Jaws, this or that?" We're like, "Jaws."
Jaws. Done.
Because he had
Absolutely.
Survivor. Yeah, he had Survivor. And then what did
Friends for Glenny.
Yeah, Glenny had Friends. It was
I
like Jaws
struggle with-
because we will pick Jaws.
I struggle with the niche because I don't think I know one thing very well.
Yeah,
and
I'm
then
the
I
same
also
way.
feel like you say that if you say like this is my expert spot and then you get a question wrong, you feel like an asshole. So I'm always like this with a disclaimer, like I'm not good at this, you know.
Yeah.
But Jaws is like you dumb fucking.
You have to
blockhead.
know the script. You have to have
You
seen that.
better
That has
know
to be your
inside.
favorite movie
That
ever.
gotta be like you gotta see it. Legitimately, before you put a movie as your niche in a trivia contest, you have to see it at least 100 times.
Yeah.
Well, he said he was going to watch it the night before, and then he fell asleep 5 minutes.
Never, ever change, Adam. Never change. That movie's got to be 89 minutes. That cannot. It's not like a long.
It's a TV show.
The idea of watching it the
That's
night
a
before that you're
long-
going to remember the whole script and like everything that happened.
Also,
It is a good
the dozen
idea.
is recorded at like 9 p.m. You had the whole next day to watch it.
That's.
So you had a lot of time to watch that movie again if you fell asleep
That's
the
an
night before.
interesting loophole to like watch. You know, I'm just gonna watch this movie ahead of time and maybe get lucky with a
Yeah.
question where it's like, oh, I remember that, but you can't fall asleep. You pick a movie you don't really know, and your plan falls apart when you fall asleep. That's what Smitty does. He went to sleep during his stream. He just goes to sleep. Smitty sleeps. God, I love that blockhead. All right, that's it for the rundown. We'll see you guys tomorrow.